So here there will be the d ion for weak field, their unpaired electron, magnetic moment, strong field configuration, unpaired electron of strong field configuration and the magnetic moment of their respective complexes. So let's discuss with the various system for D1, that is D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D9 and D10 system. Configuration for bit D1, that is T2G1, EG0, again for T2G, so here T2G2, EG0, for D3, that is T2G3, EG again 0, because the electron will directly pair, the electron will enter in, does not enter into EG because there will be no availability of electron. Now for D4, that is T2G, for D4 there will be T2G3 and EG1. For D5 there will be the T2G3, EG2. Here for D6, that is T2G4, EG2. For D7, that is T2G5, EG2. For D8, that is T2G6, EG2. For D9, there will be 6 electron in T2G and 3 electron in EG, whereas for D10 there is a 6 electron in T2G and 4 electron in EG. Here unpaired electron, as we know that there will be 1 unpaired electron, here again there will be 2, here 3 unpaired electron, here again there will be 4 unpaired electron, here that is 5 unpaired electron, here that is 6 unpaired electron, here that is 1 pair, here that is 6 not, here. For D6 system there will be the 4 unpaired electron, and D5 system there will be the 3 unpaired electron, D7 system there will be 3 unpaired electron, D8 system there will be 2 unpaired electron again. For D9 system there will be the 1 unpaired electron, and for D10 there will be the 0 unpaired electron. The number of unpaired electron is equal to the magnetic moment of the respective complexes. What are the magnetic moment of the complexes of this respective ion in weak field? So there will be 1 unpaired electron. So one magnetic moment of this respective ion, for one unpaired electron the over magnetic is 1.78. For 2 there will be 2.83. For 3 there will be 3.87. Whereas for 4 there is a 4.90. For 5 that is a 5.92. For 4 there is a 4.90. For 3 there will be 3.87, and 2 for there is a 2.83, then 1 for 1.78, and for 0 there will be the no any unpaired. So 0 to 0 there is no, so that is why this is a diamagnetic one. So the magnetic moment for the 10 system is 0 because the number of unpaired electron is 0. Now what is about the strong field configuration? As we know that in strong field the distribution of electron is as like, we can write firstly the orbital, then we get filled the electron. So as we know that this is a strong field electronic configuration. So firstly the electron pair in T2G, and then after pairing of electron in T2G, the remaining electron goes into EG. So here that is 1 for D1 system, that is 1 electron. For D2 that will be 2. For D3 there is a 3. For D4 that is a 4. For D5 there will be the 5 electron, and there is a 0 electron in respective EG orbital actually. So after here for D6 system there will be the 6 electron in T2G and 0 electron in EG. If you observe the D6 system of this, if you observe the D6 system, that is the 6 electron will pair. Then for D7 there will be 6 and 1 electron is goes into Eg orbital. For D8 there will be 2 electron entering in Eg. For D9 there will be the 3 electron will enter in Eg, and for D10 again there will be 6 electron in D2G and 4 electron in Eg. Sorry. So how many unpaired electron is for D1 system of strong field ligand complexes? That is 1 T2G. For T2G there will be 2. For 3, 4. So this is all about the magnetic moments of magnetic moments and unpaired electron of DN systems, that is D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8 and D10 systems in strong field configuration. And according to, on the basis of this strong field configuration, we can write the unpaired electron and unpaired electron. From the unpaired electron, as we know that the number of unpaired electron is equal to the Bohr magneton approximately. So here if you see the unpaired electron 1, then there is a magnetic moment is 7.1, there is a 2. If there is a 2 unpaired electron, then the magnetic moment is 2.83. When there is a 3 unpaired electron, the magnetic moment is 3.87. When there is a 2 magnetic moment, then the magnetic moment is 2.87. For 1 there is a 1.178. For 0 it will be no unpaired electron, means it is totally diamagnetic one. And if there is a 1 unpaired electron, the magnetic moment must be say 1.78. For 2 there is a 2.83. For 2 there is a 2.83. For 1 there is a 1.78, and for 0 there is a 0, means that there is a diamagnetic. So this is all about the magnetic properties of DN systems in strong field and weak field complexes. Now let's discuss what is the evidence for crystal field splitting energy. Is the evidence for crystal field stabilization energy. What are the evidence for the crystal field stabilization energy? Dynamic properties of transition metal complexes are much more illustrated by the crystal field stabilization energy. There are various transition metal complexes are stabilized due to crystal field stabilization energy. The magnetic and electronic properties of these transition metal complexes are also illustrated by this crystal field stabilization energy. We can say that the thermodynamic properties of transition metal complexes is illustrated by CFSE. Then the magnetic and electronic properties of transition metal complexes are also illustrated by due to CFSE complexes become stable. And we can calculate the CFSE of that complexes. So the system like D0, D5 and D10 have no any CFSE. a diamagnetic one. So as we earlier discussed that they are the diamagnetic one. So there is a 0 CFSE of this respective system, but they show some irregularities in lattice energy. This can be explained by this following example. So this is a hits of hydration of some divalent ion. So this is a hits of hydration of some divalent ion. From that, that is calcium plus 2, strontium, titanium plus 2, vanadium, chromium, manganese, ferrous, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. From that lattice energy or this curve, the diameter ion can show the evidence towards the CFSE, that is a crystal field stabilization. For zinc, here smooth curve for 3 points, that is for calcium, manganese plus 2 ion and zinc shows 0 CFSE as we discussed. It is a straight smooth line curve, that is calcium for magnesium and for zinc. It is a smooth curve which passes through the straight line which shows the 3 point, that is for calcium, magnesium and zinc, which shows the 0 CFSE. So this is all about the evidence of CFSE. Now meant by the crystal field spectra and magnitude of Tenrikku. Let's discuss. So let's discuss the example, that is hexaquo titanium complex here. That is for titanium. We know that the atomic number is 22. So the electronic configuration is 3d2. So if there is a oxidation state, the electronic configuration is draw the diagram, that is Eg, that is for T2G. So this is we can say this is in ground state, GS, and the same one here we can write for the energy level diagram for excited state. So here this is T2G, here Eg, as we know that Eg have a higher energy, so the one electron will be here, and in ground state the one electron is here. So if you observe that, it is in ground state, it is an excited state. So the energy, what are the one electron in ground state will be excited in higher energy level, that is Eg level in excited state. Transition from one energy level to another energy level is known as DD transition. So this is an DD transition spectra which will be get excited one electron from this T2G to EG. In this, that is in ground state, and in excited state it will be excited in EG orbital. So this is a transition from ground state EG T2G to excited state EG1. So that is a DD transitions, the electronic transition from one energy level to another energy in d orbital. Actually, we can say that in d orbital is known as, you can see here that this is known as Digis transition. So here that is a crystal field spectra and measurement of 10 dq. Now what is how we can measurement this 10 dq value for this spectra? Let's discuss. So this is the absorption spectra of hexaco titanium complexes. So if you observe that here for the calculated 10 dq value for this complex, kilocalorie per mole. It is a calculated one as we calculated from the CFSE formula. So here that is a absorption spectra, and the calculated CFSE for this complex is a 23 kilocalorie per mole. Now what advantages of this spectra of the complexes? Let's discuss. As we know that the value of absorption spectra can be calculated from the spectrum. Second, the factors which affect the spectrum, the magnitude of can be calculated by, can be studied with this spectrum. So these are the advantages of this spectrum. So from this spectrum we can easily calculate the value of absorption spectra can be calculated from the spectrum. Now the factor, whatever the factor which affect the 10 dq, that is a charge of ion, nature of ligand, size of the orbital, various factors are affecting the magnitude of the orbital, and these factors can be easily studied by this spectrum. So this is all about the crystal field spectra and measurement of 10 dq. Now we will stop here. In next lecture we are going to discuss what are the factors affecting the magnitude of 10 dq. Thank you.